Hi! Thank you so much for all the nice comments on my last video. I read all of them and they seriously make me so happy, so thank you. Lately, I am struggling a little bit. I'm so behind on admin stuff. I'm so behind on emails in a way that is like, it's just bad business practice. Period. And I know that, and I'm really sorry if you filled out an inquiry form recently and haven't heard back from me. Genuinely, I'm so sorry. It's not personal. Okay, we're gonna move on now. This cake is about to get a little weird. It was a shared birthday cake for two women who love horror movies and Halloween and spooky things, but they still wanted a heart shape. Naturally, my first thought was edible blood, so I made some of that out of red food dye, corn syrup, and water. I prepared my crime scene by covering all my surfaces in plastic wrap, and that just helps when there's like blood spatter all over the place. I've made that mistake before. It's not fun to clean up. I also added some little scratches because I don't know, why not? I still felt like it was missing something though, so I went full send with a bloody handprint on top. I kind of have mixed feelings about like gruesome cakes, but I don't know. Maybe I'll unpack that like in a year or two. For the record also, like the blood was my choice. So, you know, I didn't want just black and white. I felt like I had to tie in another fun color, which is why I decided on purple. I did two tones in the bag to make it a little bit more dimensional because I knew that the borders would be pretty simple. Loving it so far, but I still knew that I wanted to add like one more detail. I considered like spiders or skulls, but I just kept on going with that blood theme. So I made a tiny little knife out of fondant. I even took the time to make the blade shiny, you know, go hard or go home. I've been thinking about what kind of cake classes I want to do for Halloween, and I want to do like at least 2 different spooky designs. I haven't fully decided yet, but if you have any ideas, I would love to hear them in the comments. Popped that little knife in the top, and then I added like a little pool of blood, which honestly, like, did gross me out a little bit. Clients loved it. They were so sweet. This theme was so fun. I want to see if you can guess it before the video ends. This was a vanilla cake with cookies and cream filling and caramel buttercream frosting. This was a repeat client whose birthday cake I also made last year, and both years she had really fun, really trendy ideas, so I love it. These past few weekends have been weddings on weddings. I only have one this weekend, so that's great. It's gonna be beautiful. The busyness means I'm a little behind on content, but I have so much in the bank for you that I'm really excited to share. Also, I know this is not my niche at all, and I pretty much only do baking videos, but my sister, who is a fashion content creator, recently helped me catalog my entire closet. I can't stop talking about it to all my friends. I'm so excited about it, and we're gonna be making some content out of that pretty soon, so yay. Beep World Whisk Chit collab, whoa. Okay, also, recently, I've had more people coming up to me in public just to like say hi, that they follow me on TikTok, which always really surprises me because I don't show my face a lot. Like, if you follow, I guess you know what I look like, but it just surprises me. I just wanted to say it's very, very touching, very sweet. Don't mind it at all when people come say hi, and it makes me feel famous. So it's all relative though, because like Milwaukee is so small. My friends love to joke that I'm famous, and I'm like, it's not like that actually at all. But hey, proud to represent Milwaukee. I love this city, and I'm probably gonna live here forever. So if you're seeing this cake design and you love it as much as I do, I have amazing news, and that is that this cake inspired me to do a whole class series on this theme. I'm gonna do 4 classes. They're all in August. I'd love to see you at one of them. Registration is live on my website, so you should go check that out. I'm loving classes. I love teaching them. It's my favorite thing that I do right now. So yay, go check it out. Cake trends are so fascinating to me when everything used to just be like tall cakes, really simple, really sophisticated. And then I think with the trend of maximalism coming back into style, we see all these really maximalist cakes, and we're definitely seeing that trend in weddings too, though a little bit less so than your standard birthday cake. Another really interesting piece of this though is that cakes in general are just trendy right now. Like, I just bought 2 shirts with cakes on them that are just like graphic tees. They're so trendy, which is obviously great for me personally as someone who sells cakes. It does make me very, very interested in how that will change over time. Like, macarons were really popular for a while, cupcakes were really popular. cakes are having their moment right now. I'm anxiously excited to see how that changes. Okay, we're gonna go back to this cake here for a second. I don't know why I struggled so much with the text on this cake. I scraped it off twice already, and then I ended up scraping it off again later because it still just did not look right to me. I don't know if it was the spacing or what. I'm really happy with where I ended up with the text. I ended up going with a kind of different font style, and you probably guessed what the theme is by now if you couldn't tell from just the colors. I'm so happy she wanted to add bows too. It was like the perfect final touch. Happy birthday! I hope you enjoyed your martinis and this cake. Shockingly, this was my first Taylor Swift themed cake I've ever made after years of being in business, and it was Lovers era themed for a bachelorette, which is fitting. I get it. They also ordered cookies, and I'll show you those at the end. They turned out so cute. This was a vanilla cake with chocolate ganache filling and vanilla buttercream. I do have one disclaimer, and that is that the cake looks a lot like the inspo photo of a cake that another baker made, just because honestly, there's not much to it. There wasn't a whole lot that I could change. So this isn't a completely original design. That being said, it's not exactly the same, and there's still a lot of things that I really like about it. So I'm excited to show you. The sides had this pink and blue, kind of watercolory looking texture. The inspo pic had some white and purple in there too, but I kept it a little bit more simple. But I definitely took some patience and some time finessing this style to get it to look just right, but we got there eventually. At this point, it's looking a little gender reveal-y, but don't worry, we fixed that. I've been getting a lot more bachelorette orders lately than I feel like I usually do, for cookies and cakes. Usually it's more for bridal showers, I feel like, but I don't know. Any other bakers noticing this pattern this summer too? I'm trying really hard to be entertaining, but I just woke up. I don't really know what else to talk about. People ask me for my buttercream recipe all the time, and it's posted. I don't know where it is on my page, but it's in here somewhere. I love the gold little accents. I think that helps it look less gender reveal-y for sure, and also the purple helps. So here I'm doing a double color border around the bottom. I just have two colors in the same bag. And then I'm going in with a little French tip with pink, doing the smaller borders, and I'll add one on the bottom as well. I didn't show the text writing because I did have to use the projector because I wanted to make sure I got the font just right, and especially since it's kind of a longer phrase, it's really hard to get the spacing right. So that's okay. I'm sure you can imagine what that looks like. You've seen me write on probably 100 cakes at this point. I have 3 wedding cakes this weekend. One is just a small heart cake, one is a 2-tiered cake, and one is a 3-tiered cake. And the last 2 are pretty creative, so I'll definitely be showing you the process if I can keep up with recording, because this is going to be a busy week and I don't know how much footage I will actually take this week. I love how these gold butterflies look. I tried really hard not to overdo it, so I only added a couple, but I got a big pack of these, so I will definitely be using them again in the future. I also added some slightly larger gold pearls, and there she is, all done. I really like how it turned out, and these are the matching cookies. What do you think? My friend ordered this birthday cake for one of our other friends, which is always just so fun when I get to do an order for someone I know. She requested pastel pink and purple for the colors, and she wanted 25 written on top and lots of glitter. Great pics, I have to say. I'm so close to 200,000 followers, and that was my goal for this calendar year, by 2025. So that's super exciting. Thanks for being here. I had the idea of doing another drunk cake decorating video when I reach 200K, except to make it into a live, which I don't know if that will happen because logistically I think it would be pretty difficult, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Because also, if I decide to do it and no one shows up, and then it's just me getting drunk decorating a cake on the internet live and no one's there, that would be so sad and so lame. So if I did it, you guys would have to show up, okay? My first wedding anniversary with my husband was yesterday. Exciting. And we had a little picnic at Atwater Beach where we got engaged, and then we went to Dan for dinner, which is we have a lot of favorite restaurants, but that might be actually number 1 favorite restaurant in Milwaukee. If you've never been, you have to go. Also, okay, this is funny. Our server was "You look so familiar." have I waited on you before? Like, I feel like I've met you before. And in my head, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, that's so funny. It's probably like from TikTok or from Instagram. And then she comes back later to say, I look like Katherine Schwarzenegger, who's Chris Pratt's wife. And I'm like, okay, ego check. But like, she's gorgeous. So that's fine. I Googled a picture. I guess I see it. Okay, back to this cake. I sprayed so much glitter on it and I actually flung my glitter bottle into a bowl of frosting on accident. So had to clean that up. And then I felt like it still needed a little something extra to make it special, so I added a little pearl border, which I think is just such a perfect finishing touch. And remember, folks, clean hands are just as clean as gloves. I love how this one turned out. Here's a little glamour shot, and there's Sarah with the cake. She's so pretty. Happy birthday! Bye!